Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren has been vindicated. Yes, after years and years of claiming Aboriginal heritage, she was able to prove it. She found one Aboriginal ancestor when she went back to a generation that had over 1,000 ancestors, but no, one of the 1,000 ancestors was Aboriginal, and well, that proves it. The joke is on all of us, right? In fairness, she never said how much Aboriginal heritage she had, just that it existed, and well, we couldn't prove a negative. All she had to do is prove that one person along the way happened to stop for a few seconds on a native territory, and boom, she all of a sudden justified invoking that heritage to gain preferential treatment on a law school application. Now, of course, she is using this as part of a ramping up for a presumable presidential bid in 2020. She's launched a whole website extolling her heritage and talking about the family heritage as though this is more than just one person, which statistically is basically an anomaly. But here's the thing, the Elizabeth Warren Aboriginal heritage debacle is the inevitable byproduct of identity politics, especially on the left. You see, the left has prioritized special identity victim groups to such an extent that it's the best thing a liberal politician can do, to find some obscure connection, and we mean really obscure, to be able to say that they are a part of one of these victim groups that they hold up on a pedestal above all else. You know, the left has demonized white people and white males and anyone that they believe is part of the patriarchy or part of the power class or the ruling class. So if Elizabeth Warren can pull herself out of that, she gets to capitalize off of this victim culture that the left has tried to create. And this is not an indictment of the Aboriginal population in Canada or the US. In fact, it's Aboriginals that seem to be the most outraged by Elizabeth Warren claiming she's one of them just because a distant to the nth degree relative was one of them. And even then, not necessarily a full Cherokee-blooded person directly, this great-great-great-grandparent Elizabeth Warren often speaks of. But she's decided to go nuclear on this, and in the end has made more of a mockery of herself. I think the only winner here is the company 23andMe, which surely I should have bought shares in a couple of days ago, because now everyone's trying to out-Aboriginal Elizabeth Warren with their own DNA test, including Lindsey Graham. But this is a cautionary tale to people on the left. If you're going to make these claims, you better be prepared to back them up. And she had to really dig to find something, and even then, that doesn't seem to be ameliorating any of the concerns that people are raising about her. But she's moving this out of the way. By the time she runs for president, she'll be able to tell anyone who criticizes her about this, oh, I dealt with that already. Well, you may have dealt with it in the technical sense, but you haven't addressed the root cause of why it was so advantageous for you to claim that status in the first place. Because you created a culture that put people with Aboriginal blood on a higher level than anyone else. And Aboriginals stand to lose the most from that, which is why they're so offended at becoming Elizabeth Warren's tokens. For the True North Initiative, I'm Andrew Lawton.